Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, March 19th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I honor the healing conditions of my soul flow. And today we are finishing up Pisces. This is the last full day of Sun in Pisces as the Sun will shift on Tuesday into Aries. So the final degrees of Pisces, we've been talking about this through, the last couple days, just the power of these final degrees. So yesterday, on Sunday, we had Sun conjunct Chiron, and we start the day with the Sun still mingling with Chiron energy. There is major karma healing going on at this time. I know I spent much of Sunday in bed processing, releasing, shifting, healing, just moving through old energies that I've carried. So there may still be more of that going on. Honor the healing conditions. I've done a lot of different healing modalities, a lot of different classes on healing modalities, and one of my favorite teachers, I can't even remember his name, but one of the things he said is that we don't really know what healing looks like. What healing looks like is not necessarily what we think it should look like. Healing looks like what is up right now. Like a cold, for instance, and we're like, I'm sick, and you're not feeling good. However, that cold is your body's way of healing. It is your body's releasing mucus and toxins from your body that you've been carrying. So it's a good thing. Healing looks like a cold. Healing looks like processing. Healing looks like those feelings coming to the surface in various methods to be purged, processed, released, felt, experienced, etc. So just realize that in these final degrees, there is that going on. And just with, Pisces, a lot of times you're processing stuff that you can't even actually logically necessarily connect to. That's because there is a lot of karmic, deep, worldly connected, web connected stuff that will be processing and going on. Honor your healing conditions. The healing condition being the space that you are in right now, the energy you're in right now, whatever's coming up for you right now. Honor that healing condition because it's part of your soul flow. And it doesn't mean that you can't shift that energy. You can and will shift the energy, especially with the awareness that, okay, this is part of my healing process. So don't avoid it. Dig in. Dig in with these final degrees. That being said, we have the moon shifting from Aries into Taurus later in the day. We have that connection of Mercury and Venus. We talked about that a little bit yesterday with the moon interacting with Mercury and Venus. Today, they reach their conjunction. And we also have Saturn and Lilith still hanging out. That Saturn-Lilith thing just feels so strong to me. Such a strong connection to yourself, the bedrock of your soul, the truth of you, the primal nature of you, the primal soul longing that is coming up and your responsibility to it. Saturn is at 8 degrees. 8 degrees in Capricorn. This is responsibility at the wazoo. Responsibility to your inner Lilith. Responsibility to the part of you that's like, I'm not going to fight the old. I'm not going to fight the new. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight that. I'm going to go my own way. I'm going to honor the higher calling of my soul. That is your responsibility. And hopefully that is drawing you forward, moving you forward at this time. That Mercury-Venus connection also feels very strong in that alignment. That's happening at 16 degrees, so that's 7 energy, soul flow. There, that is again. Mercury and Venus are hanging out in the sign Aries. Aries is responsible for our passion. Aries tunes us into our I am. Aries is also it's the newness of being. So remember that feeling of being like a child? I got this in the cards. Remember that feeling when you're like, I'm just excited and exuberant about being? Tune into that energy when it comes to you loving on you, being who you are, communicating who you are. Get into that level of exuberance. You'll be in that Aries dive-in energy. That will be very supportive to your soul flow. That'll be supportive in helping you move through the healing conditions that are up. One of the Miracles Now cards is to relinquish control. I simply let loose and allow myself to be more childlike. Truth. Get into that energy to help you draw forward on your soul flow. This also may be a great day for conversations around love, harmony, peace, all of that. But do realize with it in Aries, the focus is on yourself. So always bring it back here. What's going on inside me? Am I in harmony in here, or am I still trying to create harmony outside of myself to be in harmony within? Because if you're trying to create harmony outside of yourself to be harmonic within, you're focusing in the wrong direction. Looking for love in the wrong places. Come back here. All right, into the moon transits through the day. This is exciting. Funny things that make me excited. We have the moon squaring Pluto. That's not the exciting part, but Pluto has shifted to 21 degrees. Wow. So the degree of expansion. So Pluto, the planet of rebirth, the planet of transformation, the planet ultimately of empowerment, is at 21 degrees, this degree of expansion. So through all of this work, there is this expansion of our personal empowerment going on. Now, part of personal empowerment expansion and the Pluto work is always the releasing of what no longer serves. So getting in touch with that. The moon in Aries is offering a square to this. So you may become aware of what no longer serves your I am vibration. Now, what no longer serves your I am vibration may still be serving society. There is that essence of society, of what does the world want from me with the sign of Capricorn. So that's may be where some of that resistance comes up. Remember the lesson of finding that harmony within yourself. Remember the lesson of Lilith going your own way. And realize that these conditions, including the resistance, is part of the healing conditions that are helping you align with your soul flow. This is part of the healing work. It's part of bringing it to your awareness, bringing it to your consciousness so you can evolve and shift. Speaking of evolving and shifting, the moon will connect with Uranus. Evolution, revolution, Uranus. So Uranus is offering that shift. Uranus is offering that essence of being true to yourself, that essence of authority, or not authority. What is the word? I just totally lost it. It's a different A word. Authenticity. There we go. The essence of authenticity to you. 26 degrees. 8. There is personal responsibility. Again, this day is like, keep bringing it back here. Personal responsibility. What is my personal responsibility to me? How do I get into the harmonics of being me? How do I align with my soul flow? Keep bringing that back here. The moon connection in that may bring up the emotions that need to be purged. Again, today feels like there's just this purge energy that's still going on. It's not bad. Be in the purge. The moon is then going to go void, of course, to shift into Taurus. Now, anytime the moon is void, it can feel like that flux in airplane speed, where it's like, oh, what just happened? Something's shifting, something's changing. If you feel planets physically, I sometimes feel them physically, that may be part of the feeling. A lot of times with void moons, it can feel almost like a mini Mercury retrograde. It can feel like sleepy time, nap time. So just realize that lunar shift, you may feel that. Moon will shift into Taurus, 6 p.m. Moon into Taurus, bringing our emotions in contact with higher worth, bringing our emotions in contact with the desire to be earthly, to live a sensual life. So just realize over the next couple days, there is an opportunity to tune into sensuality on a deeper level, to nurture yourself and to help you align. The only connection that we are going to have with that, but I do think is supportive, is the moon in Taurus aligning with Mars in Capricorn. Mars is finally at 1 degree in Capricorn. Doesn't that feel like it took a long time for Mars to like shift out of 0 degrees? I think that was part of like all the downtime, like, okay, be still and process energy that was going on. Mars in Capricorn, we talked about that being responsible with your actions. With this connection to Taurus, I feel like it's being responsible for the sensuality that you desire in your life. We are here to enjoy the world. There is an essence of Taurus that brings in pleasure. So this to me is about taking some action in alignment with pleasure for yourself. Tend to yourself. This will help with your inner harmonics. This will help with your healing journey. Tend to yourself, whether it's a bubble bath, snuggling with a kitty, or somebody that you love, something that tends to you on that level and reminds you why it feels good to be wearing My friend Sarah calls it the meat suit. Wearing the pets. I like to call it the pets. So those are all of the connections today. Since I'm holding them, Miracles Now cards, I'm going to read them. To relinquish control, I simply let loose and allow myself to be more childlike. Get into that exuberance. That's the word. The exuberance that you had for things that you desired and were passionate about when you were a child. Remember that energy. The key to getting what I want is to ask for it. And remember being a child and being like, can I have this doll? Can I have this cookie? Can I have this carrot? Can I have this broccoli? Probably a lot of you weren't asking for broccoli. That was me, the weirdo. But remember asking for those things? This is your opportunity to get into that spirit. Be the child of the universe. Remember that exuberance. Get into that energy. That is going to shift things. My cards. I love the Osho cards that I have. The Master. This is so 29 degrees Pisces. Ultimate mastery. However, there is still conditioning, healing conditions that are hanging around. I think a lot of this is the shoulds that we talked about. Like, can you choose those inner harmonics? This is your opportunity to find harmony within and let go of the need to please everybody else. You doing that brings you into your center and brings you divine, lovely gifts in the ordinariness, in the healing journey from the universe. All right, so last Rumi card, and then we're going to pick some other cards over Aries time. I'm not sure what yet, but I love this. Arise, card 13. Wings of hope languish from lack of use. When wings dissipate and weaken, life begins to lose its value. Every cell in your body is created to rise to challenges. Oh my God, I love that. Every cell in your body is created to rise to challenges. Your life is meant to confront everything that holds you captive. Holy moly, I love this. Don't sit at the bottom of the well, not caring about salvation. Listen to the voice within calling to you. Reach for eminence beyond your own maturity. Arise. All right. I see in you a divine wild child. Oh, there's the exuberant wild child. And sacred heart. You have gumption, chutzpah, guts. You dare to love where others only see pain. You dare to believe that everything will somehow work out where others only see what they judge to be wrong. You see love where others ply fear. You seek freedom where the world still buys into manipulation and propaganda. Don't lose heart, beloved wild child. Dare to believe. You are right to do so. It is the divine rebel in you that refuses to surrender hope. Give up the fight, perhaps, the battle that comes from a place of fear, but never give up your hope. The hope in your heart, that optimism and patience for growth into love, creates a light within you that helps the world see through darkness. It becomes a candle that shimmers contentedly upon the windowsill of your heart temple. There it is, more obvious even in the darkness. The stars do appear to shine brighter at night, beloved, but don't become consumed by your nightmares. They will pass with the coming dawn. You will see. Don't give them too much stock. Instead, put your attention towards that defiant candle of hope that burns, as is its nature and purpose within you. Can you sense its warmth, even in the presence of cold fear? It shall warm you now, and if not, then I come to remind you, you are a blazing angel. You are filled with holy fire, and you shall prevail. You're being asked to trust, to gently lay the rest of the suffering that has been, perhaps because of who you've been labeled as the failure, the doubt, the losses, the setbacks. They are so little in the greater scheme of you. Put them aside, allow them to rot and become fertilizer for life, but do not try to keep them alive beyond their earthly expiry date, lest you become tainted or poisoned by the rot. Let them go and instead focus on what is alive now. Can you sense that before you is a great being of light, a greater pathway opening up? This is truth, blazing angel. This is truth. Take the step. So easy it is when the light of the heart is felt within, reminding you of your own divine nature. The world is here for you to experience so that you may realize divinity in its majesty, mystery, and love. More so than ever, all serves that sacred purpose, so embrace it. Find your faith. Be at peace. Know that no matter what appears to be, all is well. You are so loved, it cannot even begin to be translated sufficiently into words, but it can be transmitted from my heart to yours, just as the sun catches dried tinder and sets it aflame. This oracle comes with a message for you. Arise. You have been downtrodden for long enough now. Perhaps you have been feeling defeated, put upon, underestimated, or walked over in mind, body, or spirit by others, or your own doubts and fears. Enough now. You are liberated through the hope in your heart, the defiant optimism that buoys your spirit and demands that you shall have your dawn. You shall rise like the sun and begin anew now. Sign up. It is your time. The sacred honoring ritual says, stand up and turn behind you. Say aloud, with gratitude and deep soul daring, I choose to say thank you and goodbye to my past. How appropriate is this? What has been is no longer to be. I am at peace with this, for what has been is nothing more than fertilizer for life to flourish now. With complete forgiveness and acceptance, I allow this letting go to happen. With all of my heart, I ask for unconditional love to assist me in this sacred surrender now. Turn now and face forward. Say aloud, I invite in life. I invite in love. I invite in what is required for my own spiritual success and thriving destiny. Through unconditional love and divine mercy, through the guiding spirit of my soul brother Rumi, may this now be so. Then place one hand on your heart and say aloud, in this present moment, life thrives. It is within this thriving grace that I choose to place my consciousness now. I am an angel ablaze. I trust in the benevolent divinity guiding my way. Place both hands in prayer, and when you are ready, simply bow your head for a moment, and you have finished the perfect sacred honoring ritual for this final day of Sun in Pisces. Arise. All right, so that is it for today. Book a reading if you want to dive deeper into your personal chart. Man, here we come. We're coming around to the next cycle, and I am very intrigued what this next cycle has for us. So, book a reading if you want to dive deeper. There's all kind of readings available at GaiaBlooming.com. The better it gets, and there is enough love in the world for you. Namaste.